Well, hello there. How you doing today? Hope everything is fine and dandy in your little part of the realm. And it is again time to have a look around this strange realm we find ourselves in, see if we can make some sense of it. And of course, as always, guys, don't believe anything I say. Don't believe anything you hear on the videos. This is all about being autodidactic, getting some reference points and building your own point of view. So let's jump into it.
What's that? Oh, a man named Walter Kilner invented goggles called the Dyson goggles that were banned in the US because they saw too much.
Those are our dicyanin aura goggles, and they allow you to view the human bioenergy field that we all call the aura. And he's talking about Dr. Walter Kilner's discoveries from 100 years ago, where he was using these for medical diagnosis. We are the only company in the world that makes real aura goggles that are true to Dr. Kilner's original work. And as you can imagine, in this line of work, we have seen some really crazy shit that would blow your mind. But what is really interesting is what he mentions next.
A little bit eerie because this is where he absolutely got frightened because certain people did not have auras at all.
It's what many of us have speculated about over the years, that many people seem to be NPC meat bots and have no visible aura at all. Back in Dr. Kilner's day, he mentions that 15 to 20% of people have no visible aura, or their aura is mangled or otherwise diseased in some way, and he was correlating that with physical illness. Dr. Kilner also noticed that people with mental illness had issues with their auras, and this has been proven out by recent research on biophoton emission correlated with certain mental states and states of mental disease. In the 1960s, studies were done using Dr. Kilner's technology that showed that these numbers increased to around 45%. And here we are, it's 2026, and we just spent the last 5 years accumulating data and studying this ourselves, and we have found 80 to 85% of what appear to be people have this same problem. We just took these around the world on our world expedition and had a chance to view thousands of people all over the earth, and it has nothing to do with race, creed, color, ethnicity, or anything like that. There is something else going on in the world that seems to be robbing us of our light. And I don't care if any of the bleeding hearts out there don't like what I just said. I am not here to protect your feelings. I am here to give you the facts. So if you're like me, and you're noticing that something is radically wrong with the world, that humanity's humanity seems to be disappearing, we believe we have a useful diagnostic tool that can help lend you some clarity. If you'd like to see for yourself, you can get a pair of our Dicyanin Aura goggles at museumoftarot.com.
Well, there you go. That's where you get them, the museumoftarot.com. I was calling them Dicinium. I think, what do you call them? Diacin. I'm not sure. Glasses. But yeah, apparently you can see people's auras, right? Their biofields with this. And as he said, many people don't seem to have them, or they have distorted ones. And it was interesting. I like what he said, that people seem to be losing their light or having their light taken from them. And of course, that's what the aura is, right? It's your light. So what really is going on here? You know, the whole NPC debate, you know, are there people that are, I don't know, soulless, that are organic robots, that are projections, you know, something, right? But they're not us. They're not actual physical men and women walking around, but they look like it until you put these glasses on, apparently. So let me know, are you going to get some? Do you already have some? Have you had a look through them? And what did you see?
Well, I'll probably get banned for this, but anyway, watch this video.
One on the right, that small one, that's probably for a smaller ship. Get a close-up of that. What I'd give to get a chance to go up in there. Are you fucking shitting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can count 5 different entry points to this alien base. This is the reason why I've stayed in Antarctica so long. Look at this fucking thing. I'm giving an interview about alien bases and one shows up right behind me. This is a daily thing here. This is something that has kept me in Antarctica because I want to know more. And without the proper military support, I can't go deeper into this because this is NATO territory. It's been closed off. But a guy can wonder and a guy can watch from a distance distance and document. We've got multiple cameras here so that we can try to get this footage and upload this to the internet where everyone can witness this for free. We don't have to hide this.
He was trying to tell us.
The government hiding what's really going on here in Antarctica. Alien bases that go underwater, where you have orbs, you have UFOs, you have UAPs, you have so many different types of vehicles, but this is what keeps me. And as much as I love it...
Rest in peace, Oliver Tree. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah, well, that was Oliver Tree. I've actually never heard of this guy. Apparently, he's a billionaire. He's just started popping up in the last week or so because of this Antarctica documentary he's put out. I haven't found it or watched it yet, but let me know if you have. If you've got a link, whack it in the description. But yeah, alien bases out there. We all know there's something going on in Antarctica, right? Because we're not allowed there. That's the biggest clue, biggest giveaway. But underwater alien bases, very interesting. USOs, right? Unidentified submerged objects. And there is a ton of footage of UFOs coming in and going out of the oceans. And yeah, so what do you think? Is this where aliens are coming from? Because they're not coming from outer space, right? At least not that outer space. Maybe, that outer space, other lands. But there's definitely something going on. And I have spoken to someone who's been to Antarctica. He used to drive ships down there, the icebreakers, and take the crews in. And he's told me he's seen that these craft coming out of the water, going into the water, and he said he's seen domes down on the sea floor once you get off the continental shelf. And he also says that he has met some of these beings, and he described them as tall and translucent, which is pretty interesting. So what do you think is going on down there? Do you have any more info, from people that have been there? And yeah, again, have you seen this documentary by Oliver Tree? And do you have a link?
Here are all the ways that SpaceX is a scam. Section 1, timeline slipping and scientific incoherence. At the Code Conference in 2016, Elon first promised that he would have a mission to Mars within the next 24 months, so by 2018. By September that year, still in 2016, that had slipped already, and he was stating he could get the first flight by 2022. Then in September 2017, he said that he was aiming for 2024. 2018 came and left with 0 SpaceX missions launched to Mars. And then 2020 came and left with 0 SpaceX missions on to Mars. 2022, still no space mission to Mars. And by 2024, he posted on X saying that it would actually be 2026. And we are now over halfway through 2026, still no Mars. Now the SpaceX website says there will be nothing earlier than 2028. Elon cannot go to Mars. The science, NASA's own science, proves this. The radiation alone kills the crew in transit. NASA has a career radiation limit for astronauts. It is a hard ceiling across the astronaut's entire career because exposure to radiation literally makes you die of painful cancer. That limit that NASA sets, you burn through it just on the way out, never mind getting back. This is confirmed in a 2025 peer-reviewed study published in Nature Scientific Reports. You don't get to go twice, you might not get back, and you will barely survive going once. And if there happens to be any kind of solar flare or solar event, then that would deliver a lethal dose in seconds. And you have no warning, they're incredibly unpredictable, and there's no material on Earth that we have yet found that is adequate at shielding from these blasts. In 2018, NASA published research in Nature Astronomy. This research confirmed that terraforming Mars is not possible with any of our present-day technology, and it cannot become possible under any foreseeable development they're aware of. Mars's atmosphere is 0.6% the pressure of Earth's. Mars does not have an atmosphere, and it never will. The surface temperatures on Mars are average minus 63 degrees Celsius. Mars has no magnetic field. Cosmic rays and solar radiation hit the surface of Mars continuously. That radiation will kill you. You are not safe inside of a structure. We do not have any material or technology that can shield you from the explosive radiation of the sun. Colonizing Mars is literally incompatible with the laws of physics. You will never be able to live on Mars. It's not possible. But every rocket that gets launched in the attempt is making this planet less habitable. The Falcon 9 burns RP1 kerosene. Every single launch of one of these rockets is injecting black carbon, soot, directly into the upper stratosphere. Black soot from rockets that gets deposited in the upper stratosphere doesn't go anywhere. You can't rain it out. It's literally building up. It will block out the sun, which I think is what Mr. Burns wants. This kind of stratospheric soot is approximately 500 times more potent as a climate forcing agent, just emitted further up, kills us worse and faster. Yay! What a visionary. SpaceX conducted 329 orbital launches in 2025. Every single one of those launches deposited more black carbon into the stratosphere. Researchers at UCLA published in Earth's Future in May 2026 that the global space sector, which is driven overwhelmingly by SpaceX's launch cadence, will release approximately 870 tons of stratospheric soot by 2029. That is a lot of soot in not a long time at all. Then there's the Starlinks. So Starlinks should be heavily regulated and monitored because they are made from critical minerals. Starlinks are made from aluminium or aluminum, depending on where you live. Tinfoil hats. It's actually a finite critical mineral, and we need it for the hats, right? We need the tinfoil. We need it for more than just hats. We need it in ventilators, surgical equipment. It's used in cars. It's used in manufacturing. It's even used for cans, which we probably could be not doing that as well. Aluminium is refined from bauxite ore. It's not sustainable. It will run out, and the process of refining it is incredibly toxic. For every single ton of aluminium that gets produced and put into a Starlink, 1 to 2.5 tons of red mud is also generated. This is caustic, highly alkaline waste slurry with a pH as high as 13.8. If you fall in it, it'll kill you. And it's dissolving the ground and leaking into the water basin wherever there's a plant like this, including Limerick, Ireland. Already 4 billion tons of this caustic red mud sit in containment ponds that we don't know what to do with. It cannot be easily treated. It cannot be released. It has to be monitored. It kills all life on contact. It leaches into the ground. It contains arsenic, chromium, lead, mercury. There are 80 of these plants all operating right now, producing more and more red mud every day to feed demand for aluminium from arseholes like this. The issue with the Starlinks is not even that they're made of aluminium, is that they are deliberately designed to burn up on re-entry. This is not a necessity. It's not a product failure. It's not the only engineering option that was available. It is technically possible for you to land a Starlink and recycle it. But Elon doesn't do that because planned obsolescence. Why would he do that when he can charge the American government for new materials? These are designed for demise. The engineering of a satellite that will completely vaporize on atmospheric re-entry rather than leaving physical debris on the ground. Except let's just quickly correct that framing. Rather than leave physical debris on the ground, rather than have to land them safely and collect your debris, you littering fuck. SpaceX has no incentive to optimize Starlinks for recovery and recycling, because retrieving, recycling, or refurbishing old Starlinks does not make them the most money. And so, as a business decision, not a technical necessity, SpaceX replaces the entire Starlink constellation every 5 years. This is so incredibly, arrogantly wasteful. Imagine doing that with finite resources and then going and having an army of children. You are literally eating your own kids. It's like Kronos, but for stupid people. The worst part is Elon knows all this. He has a physics degree. SpaceX is not a legitimate company. It is a money laundering vehicle that is murdering people. Conducting an industrial operation at the scale SpaceX operates, knowing that the physical byproducts of that operation degrade our breathable air and give people cancer, and continuing anyway, is not negligence. The research was published. The mechanism was explained repeatedly. The projections are modelled. SpaceX cannot pretend that it is not aware that the science on this is clear. It is murderous. Yet they are knowingly accelerating this process that will kill people. People who cannot consent to the risk, who cannot protect themselves from it, and who will possibly not even understand that the source of their cancer was Elon. Possibly are the very ones who are most manipulated into buying this hot potato stock. Forget not buying his stock. He's trying to kill you. Respond accordingly.
Wow, so much. I like that clip because that lady obviously believes in space and the whole narrative, right? And she can even see that even with their own narrative, it's still a complete scam. It's not possible, right? And, one thing I was thinking, like, if it was possible to go to, outer space, a big vacuum, an infinite vacuum, why wouldn't they be sending that slurry up there? Like, what did she say? 40 million tons or something? 400 million? I can't remember, but a lot. And they don't know what to do with it. Surely if they get to space and, they didn't want to destroy the Earth, but of course they do, they would just send it to space, right? And what are all these rockets doing up there in the sky? They never go straight up, obviously. They do these big arcs, right? Which means they're going up to come down, right? To dive into the ocean maybe, but what are they leaving up there? When she was talking about the black carbon and dimming out the sun, has that got something to do with the fact that the sun's white now? I don't know. But yeah, she's right. The guy's an idiot, and he does want you not here, right? They tell us, the whole group of them tell us they want to reduce the population, all this kind of stuff. And I mean, if you just look into the guy, what's he been married 10 times or something? His dad's a PDF file. His mum's a Satanist. Yeah. Do you believe anything this idiot says? And do you think he's doing anything good for the Earth? Or do you think that lady was completely right? And, his dad was very rich, yes. But now they say that Elon is the richest man in the world, a trillionaire, they're saying. So where did he get all this money from? And, this is the thing. We know that he and all these other tech billionaires, they all their money's coming from us. It's all coming through the government. It's not businesses that are making that are being successful. These are all businesses that are being supported by taxpayers' money. So this is how they're making their trillions and billions of dollars and all this kind of stuff, if it's even real. But how did he get his start? Like, how did Elon come out of nowhere to become the richest man in the world?
So Elon bought Twitter for $44 billion. He then promptly lost half of its value for his investors. So he has to figure out, how do I make these investors happy so they will keep giving me money for other projects? Okay. So he plays the shell game. He merges Twitter with his AI company so that those investors now have stock in the unprofitable AI company. Okay. He then has SpaceX buy the AI company, but not for any cash, for stock in SpaceX. So now his Twitter investors have stock in SpaceX. Now he takes SpaceX public and he changes a bunch of rules so that these people can sell out early. I'll explain it to you. No cash ever changes hands, but now all of these Twitter investors have stock in SpaceX. And he's about to do this massive IPO, the biggest in history, where he is valuing SpaceX at $1.75 trillion so that he can let these Twitter investors sell out and recover their money through the SpaceX IPO. So then you have to look at the valuation of SpaceX. Like, where did they come up with this absurd valuation of $1.75 trillion? That literally makes it the 6th biggest company in the world. It's a bigger valuation than Berkshire Hathaway. Oh, wow. It literally is right up there with Amazon. Now, they do have revenue through Starlink, but they don't have enough revenue to justify this valuation. They literally have this valuation at 56 times revenue. Tesla, which is arguably overvalued, is 12 times. They're valuing SpaceX at 109 times EBITDA. Amazon is valued at 18 times EBITDA. If that puts in perspective how bananas this valuation is. So what's the justification?
Well, the justification is that he just wants to keep stealing more money. Yeah, well, there you go. It's all a Ponzi scheme. It's all a scam. And as that lady said, he's just been, selling shares and parts of his businesses, and then buying his own businesses, but no money transaction. And then I don't know who gets to evaluate the company. Does Elon just say, well, my company's worth $1 trillion? I don't know. It's probably, I guess, the people buying the stock as well. So he's a good salesman, right? But it's just crazy because all of this stuff, it's all funded, like I said, by taxpayers and by governments, right? He's not selling products. Tesla, yep, sure, you could argue that, they're bringing in revenue, but enough revenue? I mean, he's supposed to be worth, so much more than companies like Toyota. And you cannot tell me that Tesla sells more cars a year than Toyota. That they just don't. It's a small car company in comparison to the rest of them in the world. It's just crazy. The guy is just a good salesman. Well, obviously he must be a good salesman. I think he sounds and looks like an idiot. Like he doesn't look smart. He doesn't sound smart. He's not clever at all, but people believe him, right? Because he's selling the dream, right? We're going to go to space. We're going to save the world with electric cars. All this crap that he's involved in. It's just all BS. None of it's true. And he, like his parents, is just a con man.
Elon Musk is not a genius. He's not even Tony Stark building an arc reactor in a cave. He's more like Willy Wonka spinning fictional visions of a future while his Oompa Loompas, aka publicly funded R&D, do the real work. He started his first company with money from his dad and his dad's rich friends. Self-made billionaire, that company, it wasn't just some visionary breakthrough. It was sold for $22 million to a larger company, trying to just crush all its competition. His next venture, the online baking startup X.com, it had security flaws so bad that you could transfer funds from someone else's account with just their account number. The board literally fired him for his financial mismanagement. He still walked away with $180 million when the company sold. Genius or lucky? You tell me. And let's not talk about Tesla, the crown jewel of his entire narrative. Did you know that Elon Musk didn't even found Tesla? It was Martin Eberhard and Mark Tapperny, I can butcher it. Elon bought in and became CEO in 2008 and launching a massive media campaign to rebrand himself as the visionary behind it. How did he keep Tesla afloat in the early days? Lies. Dahmer agreed to invest in Tesla if they secured the Department of Energy loan. So Elon lied and said they already had, then turned around and used Dahmer's involvement to get the loan. Genius. Or a guy who just knows how to bend the truth. And Tesla's profitability is not even from selling cars. It's from selling carbon credits to companies exceeding their emission caps. Those rare profitable quarters, thank those credits. The supposed savior of the planet is gaming the system. And carbon credits negatively impact the environment. And let's not forget about SpaceX. Sure, reusable rockets are cool, but NASA, through the US taxpayers, paved the road long before Elon even came along. SpaceX stands on decades of government-funded R&D, billions of dollars, and countless man-hours of public effort. Oh, in his stock market antics, remember when he tweeted funding secured to take Tesla to private at $420 a share? A blatant lie to inflate Tesla's stock price. Now he's being sued for $248 billion for manipulating Doge's value. And somehow people still call him a savior. Elon Musk doesn't invent or innovate. He exploits government funding, employees, the media, and the public trust. He's not Tony Stark. He's Willy Wonka selling a fantastical vision of the future while taxpayers and underpaid workers foot the bill. So let's stop pretending he's a genius and start calling him what he is, a Nepo baby salesman.
Yeah, he just seems to be a good salesman. People seem to buy his pitch, right? But it's the ultimate pyramid scheme, right? The pyramid scheme that all these L-ites, including Elon, all love, right? He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about the world. He talks about fantasy like space and all this AI stuff. Now he's into AI, right? But he's doing it to help the people to make a better world. Or so his sales pitch tells us. But his actions show us something differently. And this is the thing. People are what they do, not what they say. And what is he doing? He's polluting the world and destroying it. He's stealing money from governments, from taxpayers. Nothing he says is coming true. He hasn't started any of these companies, maybe SpaceX, and that's really just a fantasy, right? There's nothing there. We heard about all the aluminium, the Starlink, and the fact that they're built to just be destroyed so we can make more money. I mean, these people don't care about you. They don't care about the earth. They only care about themselves because they are arrogant. And the one thing that we do know about them is that they lie.
I still can't believe how many people don't realise, but you actually can't walk into an Australian supermarket anymore without facial recognition machine deciding how much of a criminal you are. Bunnings scanned the faces of hundreds of thousands of Australians across 63 stores, and the Privacy Commissioner ruled that it actually broke the law. Even Kmart was doing it. Every customer at the returns counter across 28 stores, face captured, run against a database, and the regulator found that it's illegal too. But the part you need to be worried about is that Bunnings actually appealed the ruling and a tribunal said they can keep using it. So basically it's been legalised. Now when you walk into Coles or Woolies, cameras on the ceiling assign you a digital ID and they track you down every single aisle. The self-checkout even films you scanning a lemon and it plays it back to an AI so that it can decide if you've been honest or not. One Woolies store actually put 500 mini cameras on the shelf, and Coles even hired Palantir, which is the same surveillance company the military uses to crunch your data. So how many of you knew that? I'm not even finished. The smart gates, it locks you inside until the AI decides that you've paid for everything. Theft is the reason they give every single time, but investors were actually told that cutting theft back to previous levels could lift Coles' profit by up to 9%. So this was never really about keeping you safe. It was chasing the money, basically. Except now you're the product, the suspect, and the checkout worker all at once. Welcome to 2026, where being treated like a data point instead of a human is the new normal. And the law isn't ready to protect us yet either. If you found this interesting and you want more cybersecurity news, give this a follow and stay vigilant.
Well, this is the thing. They don't listen, right? We can protest, we can, go to court, get lawyers and try and get them to change the law. But again, they don't care. They don't like you. They don't like me. They don't like us. They want us gone. They want us enslaved. They want us to own nothing and believe that we're happy. But this stuff is already going on. And really the only way to combat it is to vote with your wallet, as they say. Avoid these places as much as you can. I'm lucky I'm in the country and we have markets everywhere, like with fresh food, real people, the people who grow and make the things, sell it to you, like no middleman, no corporations, and you can still use cash there and they actually like it. But that I think is where we are. Like as far as all of this stuff, the best plan is to ignore it.
Out of the blue, this magpie came up to me. Hello. He was very trusting and he'd sit on my knee. He'd follow me around. Hey, Stewie. Being the first time I ever really interacted with a wild bird like this, I was really quite impressed. Shortly after that, he brought his son over, and he was very friendly too. All the other juveniles started showing up. I had about 20 to 25. I didn't mind at all. They socialised amongst themselves. They absolutely loved playing on the clothesline. They spent quite a lot of time hanging upside down off the clothes. I'd leave socks and towels just for them. Sometimes the other magpies are a bit cheeky. And they'll run up to the one hanging upside down and they'll gently tug on his feathers or legs. You could say I turned the yard into a magpie playground. I thought, what would happen if I introduced some toys for them to play with? And as they're very curious birds, I wasn't surprised when they took to the new toys almost instantly. They'd often squabble over the same toy. Just like little kids play, they only want what they can't have. Honestly, they'd have the time of their lives. I think all the adults said to their kids, hey, go over to the Magpie Whisperer's place. She's got toys and water, and you'll be treated like royalty there. It's so funny watching the magpies follow me. And actually it makes my day. These birds are really the only reason I continue to get out of bed every morning. I've always chosen to live on my own and I don't socialise with anyone. I'd be quite a lonely person if it weren't for them in my life.
You troublemaker. And you?
Just being in their presence eases my anxiety and depression. They're really my best friends and family also.
So this is R2D2? R2! Toffee! And friend. Hello! Oh my goodness!
My friend invited me to become a licensed wildlife carer, and it was something I was ready to take on. I specialise in caring for and rehabilitating Australian magpies. It's my turn to help them in ways I wasn't able to before I became a wildlife carer. If people may be thinking, it's so cute, I want to keep it as a pet, I highly urge them to reconsider. Not only is it illegal, but it's not in the best interest for the bird. Also, please don't take away their dignity by clipping their wings.
You got much planned for the day?
If you stumble across an injured or orphaned magpie,
Birds to chase?
the best thing you can possibly do for its welfare is to contact your local wildlife organisation or vet as soon as possible. The magpie's presence in my life, it's such a blessing, and I'm not sure where I'd be if it weren't for them.
What are you doing? You can't come in. You're
Wow, very cool. I've never seen magpies act like that. That's crazy. Landing on her hand and its shoulder? That's insane. Magpies, if you're not from Australia, they're a very iconic Australian bird, known for swooping in spring, right? When they have their babies around, you don't want to be walking near the nest. They will swoop you and peck you in the head. But that was crazy. That was, yeah, wow. Have you ever had an encounter like this with a magpie or any bird? Because that lady was clearly on the right frequency. Wow, very cool. And creativity is definitely the way forward, right? This is what they, the elites, are trying to stamp out: creativity. This is what AI is. This is what it's all about: schooling, everything, right? Stamp out individuality and creativity. So be creative, right? It's the best way to give your middle finger to the system. But there we go, guys. Another one done and dusted. I hope you enjoyed that. Please, if you did enjoy it, do give me a like. Make sure you leave me your comments. Let me know what you thought. And of course, if you do have the means, I would appreciate it if you hyped it up, shared it around, and all that good stuff. And also make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of my future uploads. But most importantly, stay awesome, because you are. And I'll talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now.
Steven!
Like a fucking massacre. I'm so sick of you. Nike, look at me. What the fuck is your problem?
God damn it.
No! Oh no! Oh Jesus! Jesus! Oh.
Oh, whiskey. Oh, honey. Are you serious right now? Oh, God.
Sammy?
Dog. I want the one who sits on the 50th try.
Rio, your eyes are so blue. Oh.
Lord! Oh my God.
Do you want to get out?